Good morning. I am grateful to you for hearing my data analysis about the paper titled Analysis of Design Meetings for Understanding Software Architecture Decisions. The overview of the presentation. First, a motivation related with the design replication. The context is related with the software architecture decisions, the method, design verbal implementation analysis, data analysis, and interpretation. Design is a creative and collaborative activity with the purpose to build an object or system. When we design anything, one of the latest later question is how would the final design and understand the process in order to replicate it again. Software architecture is the result of a set of decisions that designers perform to justify the design of a software system. Every architectural decision is motivated by a problem, concern, or issue that the designer solves by analyzing and evaluating a set of possible solutions. In this process, there is a little empirical evidence about how architects make decisions. Designers are aware of the importance and advantage of avoiding the design decision. But design decisions capture is intrusive, boring, and expensive. Design team meetings are a space where each responsible designer agrees work in coordination and communications toward a common purpose. The objective of the study is model and interpret how architect teams make decisions during architectural design meetings. We apply verbal protocol analysis, a technique for characterizing the designer interpretation that made in the design meetings, taking as input the transcript of the dialogues that allow observing and characterizing fundamental aspects of the design process. This is based on the verbal transcription of some cognitive activities that develop the people. Design verbal interpretation analysis is a framework that allows capturing and analyzing the verbal interpretation and associating with the design decision. This proposes the following implementation categories. In the problem space, the issues can be resolved by orientation or mandatory orientation. The orientations can request a clarification that is solved with an explanation. Orientation has limitation or constraints, and orientation is evaluated with assessment. The result of the assessment is an agreement or disagreement, and the assessment allows selecting the choice. The way how the participants guide the design meetings according to the categories defined by design verbal interpretation analysis are presented in this figure. The 70 interpretations were transcribed with the following compositions. Orientations with about of 34%, followed by requests for clarification and explanations with 14%. The following number of the interpretation was assessment with 11%, issues with 10%, and disagreement and constraints with 6%. Mandatory orientations, choice, and assumptions appears with only the 1% of the total number. In addition, design meetings discussion was developed in topic design cycles that begin with the identification of a design issue. These start in the first 7, 13, 36 interpretation. Others interventions were a combination, for example, of request for clarification, explanations, and orientation. The other interpretations, such as choice, assumptions, assessment, and constraint, are intertwined into the meeting discussion. Two experts analyzed the transcription and identified 8 topics related with the decisions during the design sessions. According to this, the topics were discussed alternative and not continuously. For example, the first group of interpretation corresponds to the topic. First group corresponds to the topic 4. Select the GPRS Internet router. The next group of the interpretations corresponds to the first topic, the network structure of the equipment that supports C3. The discussion moved to the topic characteristics and location of the video cameras into C3s, and moved to the 3 topic power supply to the computer networks, and returned to the topic 2 characteristics and location of the video cameras into C3. These results indicate that if in the exploration of every decision the architects discover an issue that should be resolved before the current, then a backlog is created. They solve the new issue and defer the current decisions. Therefore, the expert observations suggest that the participants will aware and understand the issues or problems to be resolved. They may have considered and evaluated some solutions alternative, and when they reach an agreement, the best alternative was selected. These figures show the hierarchy of the topic designed. In the top level appear the decision topic that include other things. For example, the network structure of the equipment that supports C3 included the topic decision characteristics and locations of the video cameras into C3, select the GPRS Internet router, power supply to the computer network, and data transmission from the launch platform. In the select GPRS Internet router, 2 concrete topic decisions appears. Get more gain in GPRS Internet cellular and test on Internet modem. In the following phase of the interpretations are allocated and mapped to the model of decision making. These figures show the interpretations assigned to the select the GPRS Internet router decisions. The first interpretation, and this here, and that's what is notes to the thing, corresponds to the interpretation issue. The WATS router is a request for clarification that is explained with how I saw render this and other, it's a novelty. Interpretations. The mapping between interpretation and design decision has allowed identifying a set of cycles that describe decision-making activities. Indeed, in some cases, decisions are concurrently developed and they are overlaid over time. Architectural designers work in next, repetitive, and intertwined cycles, which overlap with the simultaneous resolution of several design subjects. Much of the design process is addressed to the coevolution between problem understanding and solution framing. Thank you very much.